Hi and welcome to the Strong Channel. I'm Sarah Davis, I'm a life coach, a fixer, and I help you to move yourself forward, and I also help you to find the strong you again. Now, if you were listening to last week's video, you'll know that I promised that this week I would try and unpick what a life coach is, what they do, and how they can add value to your life. Now, before we go any further, I want you to grab a piece of paper, a post-it note, whatever you've got to hand, and a pen, and write down one word that describes the way you've been feeling for most of the day today. So your overriding emotion, feeling, before you started listening to this video. Okay, now I want you to turn that piece of paper over and put it to one side, forget about it. Okay, now, before Christmas, I put out a survey across social media, so across LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook predominantly, asking you guys what you thought about life coaching and trying to find out whether you would use it, whether you do use it, what you would be interested in improving in your life, and also what your reservations may be. Now, 85% of you came back incredibly intrigued by coaching and saying that the key areas of your life where you would like support were in finding greater fulfillment, a greater sense of happiness, and also a large proportion of you wanted to progress in your careers and see real growth and promotion there. But again, that 85% of you that were intrigued by coaching also weren't quite sure how it would be value for money. So I'm going to try and answer your questions now in this session and convince you exactly why a coach can completely change and empower your life. Now, if you were to go through LinkedIn and look at different coaches' profiles, you would find a myriad of different descriptions for a life coach. So you would get the standard life coach, you would get mind trainer, personal development coach, life strategist I've seen, all sorts of different terms for a coach. And essentially all of us do largely the same thing. We move you from A to B faster than you could on your own. We support you, we listen to you, we're objective, we empower you, we hold you accountable, we get you to think outside of the box, we challenge you, and the most important thing of all is that we optimize you. We get you further forward than you could get yourself on your own, because we dispel those limiting beliefs, those nagging doubts that you might have about yourself, and we encourage you to spend the time on you and to really focus in on what you want. You might have a coach in all sorts of other ways that you don't even realise. So you might have a personal trainer who's helping you get fit in the gym. When you're not very well, you go to the doctor. When you've got a back problem, you might go to the osteopath. When you want advice on weight management, you might go to a nutritionist. When you've got business affairs that you want to sort out, you might go to your accountant. Legal affairs, you'll go to your solicitor. And these are all people that are helping you to focus in on a certain problem that you've got. They provide you with support, they give you focus, and they lead you to being a better you. And a life coach is exactly the same. We'll focus on an area where you want to achieve greater results, where you want to improve yourself, where you want to turn something around, change something completely, refine your identity, increase your confidence, empower yourself, whatever it is that you want to achieve. We will get you to focus in on the detail, visualize exactly where you want to be and when you want to be there, help you create a plan for getting there, and give you the confidence to know that you have every inch of capability to be able to do that within you. We get rid of your self-doubts. We empower you, and that is incredibly powerful to have someone to be able to do that for you. Now, how do we do this? Well, largely in one-to-one coaching sessions, and these could be either face-to-face or over Skype or over the phone, whichever method is most comfortable for you. Skype is great. It's exactly like being with the person, but it's so much more convenient. You can read the body language, you can listen actively. I can see all the visual cues going on when you're talking to me, and it works just as effectively as face-to-face. Generally, you would need to work with a coach for probably a period of about 3 months. It's exactly the same as working with a personal trainer, for example. You have to work consistently over an extended period to really be able to reap the benefits and see the results. So one-off sessions might be great for a pep talk before going into a meeting, allaying those nerves, maybe a mock interview before you've got your big job interview coming up at the end of the week, or a CV writing session. Fantastic, you can do that, in 1 or 2 sessions. But if you're looking at more sustained life change, then you're probably looking at a minimum of about 3 months coaching. And I'm not talking every single week. It might be that your natural rhythm for working with a coach would be once every 2 weeks, and so that would be how we would work together. How do you know that a coach is going to get you results? Well, you're only going to move forward by using a coach. And I can give you examples of people that I've worked with in the past. So I've worked with people who have had limiting beliefs about being too old to get a new job again. And so have been going to interviews and not really selling themselves because they believe that they're not going to get the job anyway. And so I've done mock interviews with, I did mock interviews with one guy before Christmas. Did a mock interview over Skype, and then he went and did the interview on a Friday, and by the Monday he was looking at a job offer. So fantastic result there for him. Another guy I worked with was thinking he wanted to take a promotion within the same field within which he worked, but actually it came out during the course of our conversation that he was absolutely passionate about writing but hadn't done anything about it for the last 30 years. And 3 months later, he's now started his own blog. I think he's on his 2nd blog post, and he's looking at starting to write screenplays again, which was his real passion, and is off to a screenplay writing workshop coming up in the next few weeks. So really exciting times for him. Then there was another client, and she suddenly had this urge to be really creative. So coaching really unlocked a creative side of her. And she set herself the goal, and she'd never read music before in her life, she set herself the goal of going to St Pancras in 3 years' time on her 50th birthday, dressed in a black tie dress, and playing one of the public pianos there. And this lady can't read music, she's never played the piano, and she's now well into her piano lessons and absolutely loving the creativity of that, and still working hard towards her challenge of playing in St Pancras. So you never quite know where coaching is going to take somebody, but it always gets results. And people will often come to me and say, oh, I really want to get a new job, or I really want to get fit for the London Marathon. And actually, the more you work with them, the more you find that there are other issues that they really want to work on. And it could be related to confidence, to self-belief, getting rid of nagging doubts, and they start to see a ripple effect throughout the whole of the rest of their life, which is just fantastic and incredibly humbling to be able to work with people who are so motivated to make such change. So if you are the kind of person that is too busy, thinks coaching's too expensive, and just still quite cynical about it, then fine, coaching's probably just not for you, and just park it there. But if you're the kind of person who believes in self-growth, self-empowerment, self-development, being the best you can possibly be and getting the best out of those around you, then coaching is definitely for you. And I'd say the best way of getting involved is to book a demo session and just have a taster session with a coach, and see how you get on. They're usually free to start with, and so there's no commitment. You can just see whether you like it and see how it makes you feel. Now I'd like you to flip over your piece of paper that you wrote on at the beginning of this session, and I'd like you just to look at it and just have a think. And write down how you feel now. And do you still feel exactly as you did before you watched this? Or has something in you just slightly shifted? I wonder. Now, next time I'll be talking about my Successes Momentum model and how that delivers self-empowerment. And if you're interested in following me on other social media platforms, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I am Strong Coach, I'm on LinkedIn, Google+, and you can also contact me, Sarah at strongcoaching.co.uk. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.